Hey guys, welcome back to Rice
Unwashed.
Woo! My name is Mikey.
I'm Jay Wang.
I'm Dennis.
And welcome back. Yes. Today we are going international, okay,
Alright.
as requested. So I'll try our best to do in Viet. We'll try to do best to do in Canto.
Canto.
And we'll try our best to do in Korean as well.
Language of oppas.
Okay. Xin chào bạn trở về cơm
Sugar!
Yeah! Mình tên là Mikey.
Mình tên là Jay Wang.
Mình tên là Dennis.
Hey! Was that
Yeah.
Man, we should have like little rice hats on. For that one.
Oh, the Oriental?
Yeah, Oriental.
Oh, that was so
Damn, I
good.
should have bought mine. I have one.
Damn.
Oh man. Alright, next.
Okay, next we are flying over to the land of Kanto.
China.
China!
I am Cantonese though, so for those who don't understand, you're gonna have to learn it. Anyways, 歡迎回來聽
Fuck!
你死。我名係 Jay Wang。
我名係 Mikey.
No, man. Hi, Dennis.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Close enough. Close.
That's good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're flying over to Korea.
Korea, yeah.
Alright. 자, 다시 한번 재밌는 에피소드 돌아온 안시즌 제 이름은 데니스입니다.
제 이름은 제 이름은 Mikey입니다.
제 이름은 Jay Wang입니다.
Shouts in K-pop.
Oh man, that's
I'm sweating.
I'm sweating.
That was really hard. Let me turn it on.
That was harder than our initial opening ever.
Oh fuck.
Man.
Yeah, sorry for the fans if we fucked it up or it didn't make sense. I never ever in my life have to introduce in Viet
Yeah.
like that. So
Or host a show in another language.
Yeah.
I think we had a bit of difficulty around like how to say the words in the right order as well.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
pretty
and of course, like I feel like it's just a tongue twist.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm not speaking normally.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to like introduce or trying to like do a show. Like, it's just
very
different.
formal too.
Yeah, very
So we don't
formal.
usually say those words.
Yeah.
It was like very like MC type of stuff, which
Yeah.
we're not used
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. We're normally just like, "Sup, brother?"
Oh, I said like half Viet, half like English.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I
What
got
do you call
Chinglish.
that? Is that
I
Chinglish?
got Chinglish.
What do you call it?
Fuck Vietlish.
We call it Konglish.
Konglish.
Oh.
Because in Korea, we don't say Korea, we say Korean.
Oh.
So it's like ko and then lish, so it's like Konglish.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, true. Well, we got through that. That was probably the hardest thing we're going to do all week.
Yep.
For those who haven't, like, we have obviously before this, you should have seen it. They were calling up relatives, calling up
Yeah.
friends. How do I say this? And everyone on the phone's like, what? Why would you need to ever say this?
Yeah, I was like messaging my cousin like midnight last night. Like,
yeah.
fuck, are you like saying like, you sure? Like, it sounds so weird.
Yeah. It just didn't make
It
sense.
doesn't make sense, but oh, nice. But yeah, well, welcome back, Dennis.
Thank you.
Welcome back,
If you
yes.
guys don't know, Dennis just came back from his travels.
I did.
Yes, you would like to tell our friends, our audience, where have you been?
The main trip obviously was in the land of my favorite things ever. In the land of weebs, in the land of otakus, the land of Nippon.
Number one.
Number one. So to prepare for this episode, I learnt how to say rice unwashed in Japanese.
No.
Oh,
I had to
alright,
ask
alright.
local people. All right.
Oh, wait, you gotta tell us what's the.
You'll see.
Oh, okay.
You'll understand.
Yeah.
It's ready. You give me the prompt. Give me the prompt. Get me ready. Rice unwashed. ですね.
Actually. Oh my god.
Yeah!
They're not even taking it seriously. Can you do it again?
That was it.
No. Yeah, go on!
Yeah.
Go on. Itadakimasu. Man, that was definitely a bit racist. I had to do it. I was like,
Oh no, we
I
can
was
cut.
like, rice unwashed. This.
And then you're like, Honda.
Ryuiki Tenkai. But it was great. You know, first time in Japan. You guys have been in Japan before?
Yeah.
Yes, we love Japan.
Yeah.
I love Japan.
Amazing place.
Yeah. It was your first time, was it?
My first time.
Yeah, nice.
Which was like really surprising considering how much of the Japanese culture like I love the food.
Yeah.
I obviously love the anime part of it, but I also love like just their culture in general. You know, like a lot of their historical stuff too, like the samurais and then, like, you know, I've actually been into that kind of culture for so long, and it took me so long to get there. And when I went, mind blown, eh?
There would have been so much to absorb.
It was
like
just too much.
I remember when I first been there as well. Doesn't it feel like you've been here? Like, you know what I mean? Because like for me, like watching so much J drama as a kid,
Yeah, right.
watching so much fucking anime, you know, listening to so much, you know, Japanese for so long, and I'm like staying there. I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I've been here. Like, you know what I mean? Like everything you go around, you're like, oh my god, I've seen this in anime, or oh my god, you see this in the dramas, like all the time. Yeah, I feel like it's such an awesome. Like, I don't know, it just feels so like familiar.
Like you've kind of put yourself into
yeah,
that.
into that person,
Yeah,
right? And
right.
finally, when you like first day, I'm just like so happy.
See, I started with like Rurouni Kenshin, and so it's like literally all about the shrines and temples.
Yes.
And so I went there, and all you see is like shrines and temples, and it was like all the castles as well. It was really good.
I think the great thing about like anime or like with Japanese dramas and stuff, they actually use like the real things as references.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for example, if you watch a lot of cartoon shows or whatever, they don't use a lot of the historical buildings or actual places in that country.
Yeah.
Whereas the animes will like literally, for example, Jujutsu Kaisen, were all about Shibuya. And when I went to Shibuya, I was like, this is where someone died. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, just looking.
Start going to like certain alleyways or certain areas. Yeah, like that's the thing about I love Japanese. They do it so detailed. Yeah,
But we can't leave out obviously the convenience stores there.
Oh my goodness.
That was the biggest mind blower.
Family Mart.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can never see 7-Eleven the same again.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You come back and you're like,
Where's my sandwiches?
yeah.
How good was the chicken?
Oh, so I finally did that viral video, the TikTok one.
Yeah.
where you
I was
get
just about to ask that.
Yeah, please explain what that is.
So, if you go to Japan, you have to go to the convenience stores and get the egg sando, and then you get a fried chicken piece, and you put them together. Another upgrade, you got a spicy chicken,
exactly.
and you slot it into the egg sando.
How do you do it, Johnny? You just slot it in
You
there, do you?
slot it in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Smooth.
That juicy piece of meat
Yeah.
slatted in.
Slide it in.
So good.
How was it though? The experience?
Fuck,
I mean,
like, I honestly think most things are flops. Like, I'm like, oh, it's a TikTok tag. It's
a fact.
How could this could be?
Yeah.
Went in, got my first egg sando. I'm not a fan of egg sandos.
Oh,
do you get me?
really?
Yeah, I love egg
I
sandwich.
kind of grew up here with an egg sando where I went to school and it would smell kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you get me? Like,
Yeah.
my memories of egg sandwiches was like, I go to school and I open it up and like, it would kind of stink up the room.
Yeah.
So I never really had a fond memory of egg sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
But when I went there, obviously it was like it was kind of like a cream of egg. It wasn't even like an egg. It was like
Yeah.
cream of egg. I was like, oh. And I saw the videos where all these people were like opening the sandwiches and putting the chicken in really smoothly. I couldn't open mine. So I was like, all right. Just got the 2 egg sandos, put a chicken in between, had my first bite, mind fucking blown.
Yeah.
I always thought karage chicken was like up there, right? But this chicken in a convenience store that was in a little greasy paper bag, once I put it in, oh my god, my mouth was exploding. It was like,
Did you able to try like all 3 different convenience stores?
I did.
You did?
Family
Wow.
Mart, Lawson, and 7-Eleven, right?
Yeah.
Which one's the best one?
From my personal experience, I really liked Lawson.
Lawson one?
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
7-Eleven kind of felt like it depended on which branch you went.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot smaller than the other ones. Whereas like Family Mart and Lawson would be like really big.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of variety.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So Lawson and Family Mart, I reckon for me was probably more.
Yeah, I know that Family Mart is probably the most popular one from my understanding. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I have tried to remake that in Australia though.
What?
You know, the thing is about this whole egg sando.
Yeah.
It's the bread they have over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the bread.
soft pan?
It's so soft because there's a Japanese convenience store in Warwick Square.
Yeah.
And they have actually egg sandos there. And you can also buy a piece of fried chicken, just even if you go hot style, right? Great chicken. You put it together, nah, it's not the same. The bread was just like Aussie white bread. And it's
it's not fluffy.
It's not fluffy, yeah. It's not the same. So I was very disappointed.
Righty.
Thinking, oh, I can maybe make this, you know?
Yeah, true.
What are some things in the convenience stores there that we can't find here? Let's reminisce.
Everything.
Yeah, everything, man. Wow, yeah, Strong Zero, man, that was like so cheap.
Oh, yeah.
All the alcohol there is so cheap.
So cheap, right?
Guys, can we stop this for a bit? I really need to get a toilet. I'm
Oh.
dying.
Mike is going to take a shit.
That was really bad, guys.
Welcome back.
Sorry, guys.
Can you
Oh, no,
explain?
the mic was here.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn it.
Where did I bring my mic in there?
I would have forgot about it.
You would have walked right here.
Oh man, sorry guys. That's the first time.
You're good now?
Yeah, I'm like sitting here, my stomach is just like
Intermission?
going off.
Intermission?
And I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here for another 40 minutes holding this in because I'm already sweating. I'm just like sweating while I listen to your story. I was like,
There was one moment I turned to you and like, this guy had no reaction on his face. I was like, why is he so serious all of a sudden? It makes sense.
I was like, fuck. I'm like holding it in, man.
So we are human.
Yeah.
We are human.
Oh, sorry.
Now I respect celebrities. What if they need to take a shit between like
Yeah.
like a full show? Like they can't stop the whole show. And
Imagine
just,
at a concert and they're like, fuck, I'm shitting myself.
like, oh my god.
Yeah, man. I was like,
Diapers for sure.
Diapers for sure.
Yeah.
oh man, yeah. I'm not shitting on this couch.
It's too nice.
It's too nice.
Please don't.
All
Yeah,
right. Well, let's get right back into this.
yeah. What are we up to? But just give me a quick reminder.
Convenience store.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about things what's not here. Alcohol's being cheap and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, the Suntories there are so much stronger than the ones here.
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
They have different. Do they have different
strength levels.
percentages.
strengths?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the strong ones are like 9-10%, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the only thing is I like about the convenience store is everything's just so fresh. Yeah, the onigiri.
I love the onigiris.
Yeah, the onigiris. Yeah, it's just like all the food there. It's just there's so much variety and all the Odin.
Odin.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Odin. Yeah, Odin.
I
Yeah.
love the Odin.
I was like, Odin?
It sounded really
Yeah, like, you know, the god?
Yeah,
What's that? I was like,
Yeah, there's just so much food. Like you just go there and just buy like a whole meal, microwave it there, and like go home. That's it.
I think you can even make instant noodles there too, right?
Yeah, instant noodles,
they've
everything.
got hot water there.
Yeah.
They've got
Yeah.
boiling
The other
water.
thing is that I love the instructions. They all have like the number. So all you gotta do is just to put in the microwave and
Yeah.
just press the number.
Oh.
Yeah, so because if you can't read it, it's pretty simple. Like on the instruction, it will tell you what number to press when you use the microwave there. So just press the microwave and it does everything for it.
It's like the microwaves are preset.
yeah, it's very
To
preset.
make, those times.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So what else happened in Japan?
Well, obviously I had to go like full weeb.
Yeah.
I went full weeb. It was crazy. Like I went to like, you know, the most common one, which was like Akihabara and stuff. What I've noticed though is like I feel like Akihabara has like caught on that, you know, the tourists and like the weebs are coming. So everything is a little bit jacked up, I reckon, in price.
For sure.
You know, like the figurines and all
Yeah.
that. I'm not much of a figurines person though, so I didn't get too much merit from Akihabara. I think my eyes were just super happy because like I
Yeah.
got to see all the figures and the mangas just in like rows and rows and rows, and you know you find out how openly perverted the Japanese culture is. Like there's like me and my partner were walking through, and we just saw some like figures, and Misha's like, whoa, what is that? And I'm
Can you
like,
describe what these figures look
it's
like?
just like
Big old.
big old like whoa.
Etchy as.
Yeah, etchy as. Like,
etchy as,
it
yeah.
wasn't even like behind a curtain. It was just like shonen. It was like One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, porn. Like, you know, I was like, did I skip a section? It just went full like real descriptive covers and stuff. And me and Misha were like, And Misha's like, do you want one? I was like, no, I think I'm okay. I'll just ask Mikey. So, but then when I went over to like Kyoto and like Osaka, there was more smaller stores that were selling similar things for like better prices.
Yeah.
You know, and like probably more variety as well.
Yeah. Because you expect all the figurines to be like cheaper, like,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Because when I went over there too, I'm like, man, it's the same price as over here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I remember when I went over, I didn't buy much figurines there because I was like, it's actually so much more expensive. Or I don't know why, but yeah, it's expensive. So
I think the merit there is a variety because there's a lot of series
That's
that
right.
we don't. They'll have like here. They only have the main series,
True.
like Dragon Ball and blah. But you go there and you can see like real niche, like Rurouni Kenshin figures
Yeah.
and stuff. We're like,
Yeah.
oh damn, it's like a blast from the past. But I try to look for because I love collecting manga books, and I try to look for the English ones. I don't know why I thought it would be readily available. Go to Japan and you know. But obviously there was like a section of it, but it was like 2 times the price that I would get it here.
What?
Yeah, it's better off buying from Amazon
Amazon,
if you're
yeah.
looking for like the English volumes of
Pretty
it.
crazy.
I know.
Yeah, I feel like the tourist attraction part is really strong now. Like even food is not getting as cheap as it used to be. Yeah.
Well, Japan is the most expensive Asian country. Like that's how I would see
Oh,
it.
right,
Yeah,
okay.
because when compared to all those other like Asian countries, like Japan's probably the most expensive one out of all of them, I reckon.
Right? You mean to like buy stuff?
Well,
or
but just in
live?
general, like I think
okay.
maybe currency, or maybe currency not so much, but I think just in general, like
I think by the time you spend the money, it's
Yeah,
kind of, you would
yeah.
spend the most in Japan, is what you're saying.
yeah, we definitely spend a lot more. Yeah,
I definitely feel like the trap is the coins. Because like a coin could be like $5.
It's one of those places where you just have so many different coins, you don't know which one's which.
Yeah.
And they're all different sizes.
It's all different sizes and kind of like it's like, oh, 500 yen. And you're like, 500, that seems
Yeah.
like nothing, but it's like $5. Do you get me? Like,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
mentally, you're not thinking that this coin is worth a lot because
Yeah.
we're so used to cents here.
Yeah.
Each coin's worth
And
like
there's an order as well. I think over here, like it's bigger as it gets bigger and numerous. Yeah.
But here, like the little coin's like $5. I was like, that was $5? There was one moment where I was looking at I think I was trying to buy a poster or something. I was like, oh, it's only like $100. I'll buy this. And she's like, no, that's 1,000. I'm like, I keep getting the zeros wrong in the conversion.
Yeah.
So like the numbers, I don't know. For me, they're just like really sneakily big.
Yeah.
Without me knowing I'm spending that much. By the time I've spent that much at the convenience store, it's like $20. I was like,
God damn.
God damn! I was like, this was $1. This was $1. I know, but you bought like 20 objects.
yeah. How you find the culture when you're over there? Like, is it different to in Korea, for instance? Or like,
Yeah, I mean, there was one thing that like obviously one funny incident where Mishi didn't really understand. Like she knew, but she also didn't like understand. So on the trains and on all the public transport, there's a lot of people. So like they've got to go, they're busy, you know, it's not like Australia where everyone's like got their time, you know, there's a lot of space on the train, you can stand wherever the fuck you want. Here you're standing in the allocated spot you have. Like you've got to force yourself in. So when people need to get off the train, half of the Japanese people will be like, oh, sumimasen, sumimasen, gomenasai, gomenasai, sumimasen, sumimasen, and I'll go through.
Sounds too familiar.
While apologizing and leave. But a lot of these other Japanese people who are a little bit older don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They'll just get up and like push themselves through. But you see no one bat an eye because they're like, oh yeah, well, like they got to get off. Like, you know, they'll push me. I don't really care. But so like getting hit quite often as you're walking through.
And you're a big dude.
Yeah, like for me, I don't know. They didn't hit me a lot, but like Mishi got like trampled around. I was like, holy shit! So I was like, oh, I don't think these guys find that like as an attack or offensive. So that was really different here because here you knock into someone, even the littlest, they'll be like, oh,
You want to go?
you want to go? Hey, boo, what you doing? You know, but none of that's happening there.
Yeah.
It's just all like.
I think because
very
like everyone knows it's so busy in the train station, it's gonna happen. It's it's just normal. It's just so fucking normal.
But also, I think in Japan, it's very respectful there. And so there's an order that people just know.
Oh.
Do you find that?
Yeah,
Because, you know, you have to say sumimasen if you're younger.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, as you have to respect the elders, and that's probably why the elders don't really have to
True.
do the return. Because there's a respect hierarchy, right?
Yeah.
So that age thing, like it's very, you know, in Asia it's big,
Yeah.
but maybe Japan it's a lot stronger as
Yeah.
well.
It's like, you know, when in Korea you guys have to bow down if, you know,
Yeah.
to older...
We do.
Is that
We've
right?
got the bow, and we've got different honorifics as
Yes,
well
yep.
to use. What I did notice was they were very good with if an elderly person comes on, they'll move and get off the seat to give them the seat.
yeah.
That was like really eye catching. Like that happened pretty much every ride I saw.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone older gets on,
Yeah.
then they'll get up and I was like, oh, that's actually.
I think that's great. Like you don't really see that enough here, to be honest.
I do it like I don't catch public transit much, but I
Yeah.
remember same thing when we in Sydney or Melbourne. Where I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I say something, well, I'll go stand up, but they don't usually take it. Or, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'll still stand up. I'll just stand up either way.
Even when we're traveling, we do the same thing.
do the same
I think
thing,
it's just
yeah.
you know, it's a respect thing.
It's a good respect thing. Like you said, I think the old tradition of the age gap thing is still a lot strong in Japan, especially.
Yeah.
And like even when you just go to restaurants, right? You notice like, you know, they're always welcoming and, you know, like there'll be like two types of what I noticed was like there's two types of like Japanese chefs. Like you've got like the older guy who's been in that job for like 30, 40 years. He's got a lot of experience under his belt and he's got a lot of like a gutty type of laugh. And he'll be like, "Irashaimesen!" You know, like, he's like, yeah, like come in.
Yeah.
And then you have like those younger guys who are a little bit hip. They've just started their business and they're like, not even saying it properly. They're actually,
Real casual about it. Yeah. Actually, now that you say it, it really is familiar.
It clicks, right? There's only two times. There'll be the guy who's like formal, who's like, "Irashaimesen!" Like, come in. The other guy's like, still doing his job. He's like, "Irashaimesen!"
Yeah. There's a bit more passion in the older guy. Passion.
It's true, right?
Now that you say it, it really clicks.
It clicks, yeah.
It's so funny.
What about your experience? When did you guys go?
I went like at least 6-7 years ago.
Oh,
long
wow.
time. Yeah,
Okay.
pre-COVID.
My first time was probably about 12 years ago.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I went last year, but also year before COVID.
Oh, so you've been there a few times.
Yeah.
Have you been there a few
No,
times?
I remember once. Yeah. I was supposed to go. Oh, I want to go again, 100%, because I just love it, man. Like, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, because I was there for. No, we went there. It was during winter as well. It wasn't. It was cold, but we went to because we drove because I drove a lot around over in Japan as well. We hired a car, so it's really cool just to drive from like I think it was like Osaka to Tokyo.
Oh, damn, that's quite a bit of drive.
So, yeah, because
What's it like driving over there?
Yeah, it's man, it's just like driving here. Like it's just so peace and quiet. Roads are easy dry. Like everything's just so simple.
Was it a bit like Hakone from MT? You know, Maximum Tune.
Yeah, me and like a little minivan I had.
For those who don't know, it's a game at the arcade places like Time Zone.
Yeah, I did like the Shudi style. I put the water cup.
To like,
No,
It was everywhere.
it's like, oh shit!
Imagine it was coffee. It was like,
driving is great. Like I find it so normal. Like I didn't think anything hard about it. But the roads, the minute when I got into Tokyo, the roads are a lot smaller.
Oh,
Yeah, and I was just like, because I remember I was driving and it told me to turn left, and I was like, I looked down, I was like, how the fuck I'm gonna fit through here? Like
with your minivan?
yeah, and I was like, nah, I'll go next one, right? So I keep driving, so my map just keeps redirecting me, and then it keeps telling me turn in one of these fucking alleyways, and I'm just like, how the fuck? Because our Airbnb was like down there. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna turn in, guys. Fucking like brace yourself. And legit, I turned in. The mirrors were like literally scraping. I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, how the fuck, people squeeze through here, right?
Yeah.
So I finally driving real slow and like I'm having one part to fold up mirrors in because it's so close. And then I still remember two Japanese like businessmen walking in front of us. And I don't know if you guys know, but the cars in Japan is so fucking quiet. Man, this is like 6-7 years ago too, right?
Yeah.
And so like their cars are so quiet, man, because it's like half electric, half petrol, whatever. It's so fucking quiet. And I'm like behind these businessmen, and I'm like to my friends, I'm like, do I beep or like I don't know, like I don't know what the
Oh, they don't know you're there.
yeah, they don't know me there, and I feel rude if I beep, because maybe it's like the culture there, right? So I'm just like behind these two guys walking for like maybe a good minute.
very respectful.
Yeah, like, I'm just like,
should have won and we'd be like, sumimasen.
I was like waiting. I looked at my friend like, shit, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to do. I can't wait until like they walked off, and I was like, okay, cool, and then like keep going. But yeah, I just felt rude if I.
To be honest, I think I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, right. Just wait.
Like, this was Australia.
Yeah, Australia. Why Get off the phone!
I honestly thought that story was going to end where he's like, I just kept going. I ended up in Hokkaido.
But yeah, I find driving pretty normal. Like I don't think anything like it's definitely very cool, especially driving the roads. It just looks nice. But it's not nothing too.
Did you get some sort of like a special kind of car? Because I know in Japan it's very common to have those K trucks or the minivans. Like we have vans here in Australia, but these utes and vans are like half the size.
Oh, they're
really cute size.
Round?
You would have seen some before.
I saw them.
No. We just got a normal car, but that'd be pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
That's
right?
pretty cool. You know, there's actually a couple in Australia, in Brisbane.
There is. My barber owns.
Is that because I actually saw a couple of days ago?
Was it a red one?
No, it was a white one. It's like a tiny as like I was like, like one of those Japanese little like.
Some of them get imported over here, and they're actually not too expensive. But my barber has one, and he's full decked out with like rims, body kit. Like it's full like shiny apple red kind of thing.
Wow.
And it's pretty cool. But it's so common over there. It's just a little cute size car. Like it's.
And I feel like it's because they got to get in those little roads.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. Yeah.
And there's people walking there. Yeah. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I need to go as well now.
The fuck is happening?
I don't know. So we'll talk about mini cars.
Yes. I'm lost now.
So he had driving experience, but you go to for the snow, don't you?
I went there for the snow. Yes. Yep. So the first time I went was in summer.
Yep.
I do not recommend.
I heard it's really fucking hot, right?
Really I know Japan is a beautiful place, not in summer.
Yeah.
As in, it's still a nice place. It's just, Sorry. Close the door, bro.
Oh, sorry, bro. I sprayed it. I sprayed it. I'm so sorry.
No. I could smell the spray. I'm like, I don't want to smell anything else.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, good. Oh.
We have to close the door. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Good luck cutting this.
I am not cutting. Just raw ass.
The spray's so strong. Alright, I went there for the snow. Summer. Just it's really
cute. Alright, sorry. Poker face.
It's really hot in here.
Alright, back in.
Alright. Yeah. So I don't recommend going summer. I think it's just really humid. Like we have humidity here.
Yep.
It's just really different when you go to Asian countries. Not specifically Japan, but even like China. I'm not sure about Korea, but Southeast Asia is really bad too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but winter. You went in winter, right?
Yeah.
It's so nice. Like they usually go down to about I think -2, -3, and it's very manageable for me. Like I love
winter.
I love cold.
So same.
It was so nice. Like just it was funny because we rugged up every day.
Yep.
Like had a hoodie on it, like a shirt, hoodie, and like a puffer jacket. Like it's just so nice to be all rugged up walking. Yeah, I just because I never do it in Australia, right? Yeah, but it's just so nice being all rugged up, walking. Keeping yourself like warm, and then you're like walking into ramen shop, like just
and
taking everything up. Everything's
soupy.
so hot. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Different. Like you can actually feel the soup. You're like, oh yeah.
And like the coal is like so crisp. You know what I mean? Like that nice crisp.
Yeah. Like once you finish that ramen bowl, you walk outside and the cold wind hits you, and you breathe out just this warm air. And you're like, that's just satisfaction.
There is a bit of a satisfying feeling when you go out and you like the warmness in you is making this like little puff of air.
Exactly.
Oh. Where do you recommend for the snow though?
So we went to Niseko. Yep. So part of Sapporo. Yep. The beer.
Sorry, the beer. Yes.
That's probably the most uncultured thing to say.
I was like, damn.
Sorry. We went to Niseko, and there's a few when you go there's a few different mountains you can go to as well. So you can either catch a bus. We were just fortunate enough to stay at the Niseko Hilton, and so literally downstairs of the hotel was the chairlift to go up.
Oh, just straight there. So it's a resort for obviously.
Yeah. But it was the snow there just hits different. Like I've been to snow in Australia, New Zealand, Korea as well actually.
Oh, what?
Yeah. But it was something about Japan that just is so fluffy over there, and when it snows, it just reminds me of. Again, anime, just those little like yes, exactly. It's like a sad scene. Someone's dead.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Sorry, but No, but there's also like the beauty like where they I don't know,
Yeah.
you know.
When you're walking through,
Yeah.
like, you know, those beautiful
That was
scenes.
probably a
and
really
stuff.
bad way to describe it.
But yeah,
that was
you
the worst
described
way
the
of describing it.
saddest way to describe
Nah,
stuff.
for me, when I was just standing there and it would start snowing a bit, and then you see the snowflakes, like
The snowflakes, yes.
yeah, and then you're just like, wow, like this is like so magical, so magical. Just standing there and like, I guess I saw actually, no one joke. I was actually ordering my takoyaki. The octopus balls,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, ordering that as well. Well, it's like snowing, and I'm just like, wow, I feel like I'm in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I am J drama.
yeah.
I meant to love scene actually.
Sorry, you make a love scene.
Love
Wow.
scene over a dead scene.
Over dead. So it's like when someone's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, because I went to Osaka, to Tokyo, and Osaka, Tokyo, Kyoto.
Oh, yeah.
The big three.
The big three. The big
Yeah,
three.
but it's, you know, that's the first time I went big three, and we drove because we stopped by before we went to Tokyo. We stopped by. Sorry, I think it was Kyoto that I drove Kyoto to Tokyo. I think that's
That probably. No. Yeah, that's shorter.
that's shorter,
Kyoto and
right?
Osaka is
No, Tokyo to Osaka is further.
okay.
Yeah.
The
Sorry.
Kyoto is.
Yeah, I
where
think
it's
that's
in the
where I
middle. It's in the
drove.
middle.
Yeah, because we rented the car and then we drove to Hakone. So up in the mountains. Because we stayed there for a night because we wanted to stay in the hot springs.
Oh, the onsens.
And then we drove back down. But first time hot springs too with the boys. And it's a bit hard at the time because I had a sleeve, so I had a tattoo. But lucky the hotel we stayed at, because it was like a 5-star resort.
Yeah.
It was it was more private onsens.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah, because if I went to the public onsen, I would just got
They would-
rejected.
they get
100%.
Do you want to tell the viewers, maybe some of them haven't been to Japan,
What
why
the
that
rule
is?
is, yeah.
Like, why they reject people with
Oh
tattoos?
yeah. So if you guys don't know, so in Japan, a lot of bathhouses, onsens, very popular over there. Public baths. And for people, if you guys don't know, that people with tattoos means that you're part of a yakuza, like gangster. Japanese mafia. So of course now it's very very common now with Westerners. Very common. It's very, very normal. And I think still in Japan it's still very traditional.
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to.
There's some places most likely would.
Yeah, most likely you can't.
Yeah.
So for me, if I have to go to an onsen with tattoo, I might have to find like where the yakuza goes, like more rougher, or if they're okay with it kind of thing. But if I try to go to like a really nice establishment, it's most likely like nah, it's a no. But thank fuck, I was at a private resort or private accommodation, and I still remember taking my clothes off, and then you see some people like looking over because I saw my arm, and they didn't say anything because I think it's just like it's a hotel. They didn't say anything. And I was just like, fuck. Instead of using my towel to cover my dick, I just covered my arm. Yeah.
I think you forgot to mention when you go into these onsens.
You're butt naked.
Yeah, you're butt naked.
You
You're butt
don't,
naked.
you don't wear anything.
You don't wear anything. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're butt naked, man. So it was funny, like doing with the boys. First time seeing like all of us like naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And then so we try like hide my tattoo a bit walking in, and it's like pretty misty, right? Because it's like a lot of this steam from the onsen, but you have to wash first. You have to shower first. So you sit down, there's like little stools, having like water just like splash on you and like scrub your back, because you want to get clean before you go into these like nice clean hot baths.
Yeah, you don't want to share your fluids and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know where he's been. So.
Yeah.
So it's so funny, man. Like me and the boys are like, we're always just like keen and like scrubbing each other's back.
Wow.
Yeah, like my friend's like, oh man, I'll do it for you.
All right, we're not going to onsens with Mikey.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Hey, can I just scrub you down a bit? Jesus, Mikey.
No, but that's the normal thing, you know what I mean?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I'm not scrubbing down there.
Okay, Mikey.
It's just like, hey, Mikey, let me down here a bit.
Clean it off, right?
Yeah.
But no, it was pretty fun. Like just like all of us just hanging out, and then we're just sitting there, just chilling.
Dicks
And
out
a reason why we stayed at this 5-star hotel as well, because their view was Mount Fuji.
Oh, that would be so
Yeah,
so
amazing.
nice.
So the reason why we stayed, it's super expensive, but basically on the onsen, you're looking at Mount Fuji.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So amazing, great experience. But yeah, even when I went to the onsen, I had to like wait to like closer to closing time.
Yeah.
Just so there's less people.
Bit more quiet, yeah.
A bit more quiet. But yeah, it was really nice. Even just looking at a balcony view, Mount Fuji was there. Yeah, great experience. Like, I definitely would love to do it again.
Yeah. Something you mentioned Mount Fuji. My first time when I went to Japan, I actually had a really good experience with this, but kind of a funny story because I went with two friends and we were meant to go do a small hike at Mount Fuji.
Oh, okay.
But
Ooh.
you know, when you're in Japan and the train stations and the Shinkansen and all that, there's so many different lines, and we got confused. So we caught a train to Mount Fuji to try go for that hike, but we caught the wrong one. Anyways, we landed on the kind of the bottom where everything else is, and we're like, oh, this is not the right track. So we decided to make a day out of it, and we ended up hiring a bike, bicycle.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just rode around the Mount Fuji like lakes.
Oh.
And it was actually a really beautiful thing. Like they had this really amazing lavender field, and you just ride through it, and it was like a movie again.
Wow.
Like no one died.
No one died.
Yeah,
No, not Ryan for a funeral? No.
No.
Oh,
No, it's like those, it's like those dramas where like the character has like cancer. It's her last ride.
that kind of love.
Yeah, that kind of
It
love.
was kind of magical like that, you know?
No, but that would be beautiful
1 liter of tears.
Yeah, one of the tears. Yeah.
because you don't end up going to the touristy parts. Like you actually
Yeah.
found like a little hidden
Yeah.
gem under Mount Fuji.
Yeah, no, it was actually a really nice experience because you're literally riding through, these beautiful roads, the lavender fields, but then there's like Mount Fuji on the side, and so and then the lake on the bottom too. So it was actually amazing, and it's just something so simple.
Yeah.
because we're like, oh, like we could have been bummed and be like, no, let's just try and get to a track, or we'll try like work our way through. But
I think I did the same
yeah?
route because we hired bikes. I can't remember exactly where it is, but there was a lake.
Yeah.
We ride through the lake. Having a good time as well. But I can't remember exactly which spot it was.
yeah, neither. But it was.
Yeah.
It was. Did you go through the lavender field too?
No, I didn't go to 11th field. But
This would have been really romantic if you two had actually passed each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like Kimi no
Piano
Nawa.
music.
It's slow motion.
Yeah, it's true. Like we never met each other. It was just like just
Yeah.
These two will one day do a podcast together.
And our fate has met again.
The red line, the little red line, the little red string.
I actually almost got hit by a car though.
Oh,
I should start with.
All right, way to ruin the story. But okay.
I thought it was funny because like we were riding through this scenic route and like we're on this little pathway. And sometimes, when you're riding behind someone, they don't know you're behind you, or like they're not taking, because
Notice.
it was a decent size. But my friend rode like kind of into me, and I was on the edge of the road, and so like I didn't have anywhere to go, and I couldn't stop in time, so I went onto the road with cars, oncoming traffic. I was like,
God.
oh damn! Like we picked up the bike and like just threw it over, and like tried to run back inside and die.
He was actually Mikey's minivan.
Yeah.
hey, God.
No one beat though. No one beat.
It was Mikey.
Yeah, it was definitely me.
I was actually so worried.
No, you would be because
Yeah.
it's like, what? Oh.
Yeah, I'm in a place I don't know. Like, can't say sorry because
You know how you went on the wrong line on the Shinkansen?
Yeah.
So there was two little big incidents. Like, Mishi planned out the transport part.
Yeah.
And most of the trip. And as we were going, we got on the Shinkansen, and I am weak on public transport. I fall asleep like that.
Wow.
You put me in like a nice little spot, I'm out. So like I didn't even waste buying the ticket for like the Mount Fuji side. I was like, I ain't got to see, man. I'll be out in like 20 minutes. Have my little bento, because on the Shinkansen, which is a bullet train, you can get like these nice little bento boxes and eat it on the train. Have my food warm. I'm like, oh, I'm out. Lights out. I woke up, like really coincidentally woke up. I was like, oh, man, like, where are we? Are we like, we should be there by now. And she's like, oh, no. Checked her Google map. She was like, no, we're here. This is Kyoto. We're like 40 minutes away. I'm like, pretty sure that train ride wasn't meant to be like that long. But I was like, all right. As I'm like starting to fall asleep again, I swear I see like next stop Kyoto, like on the little electric board come up. I'm like, wait, are you sure we're not at Kyoto? And she's like, nah, look. And then the little Google dot goes, bink. And so like a little jump to kill. I'm like, bro, we gotta get off now. And I was like, shit. And we like grabbed all the bags. And there was another like gentleman businessman like next to us sitting as well. I was like, sumimasen. I was like, literally, I'm leaving you behind. We gotta go. And she was like, but Google told me we weren't there. And I was like, did you refresh the locator?
It lags.
You lags.
But like when you listen out for like the
The
signs or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I was asleep. And Mishi was just relying on her little Google map. But then it's like, next stop, Kyoto, in English. I was like,
English.
wait, what? And then there was another train, and then we were meant to go from Kyoto to Osaka. And Mishi's like, I ain't getting on the Shinkansen anymore. That shit's too, like, confusing. There's another train, like a normal train that we can get on. I was like, okay. And it was called the Thunderbolt Limited Express.
Actually?
Ooh,
Wow.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Fancy.
that doesn't sound like a normal train.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, you could just tap on your travel card and we can get on. I was like, all right. Tapped on the travel card, lugged all the baggages up there. And I'm standing there and I see on the tracks, like Limited Express, reservation seat. I was like, oh, this doesn't seem like a normal train.
Yeah.
Got on the train. As we get on the train, we sit down and like the seats are nice. It's got a little tray. It's not a normal train. I'm like, I knew the name Thunderbolt was probably not going to be a normal train. And then the little announcement comes out. It's like, please show your reserved ticket and the IC card together.
Yeah.
So you need to tap on and buy a ticket.
Yeah.
We had not bought a ticket on the train.
Were you going already? Or?
We got
Oh my God.
Oh no.
and then as soon as that announcement comes up, we see like the conductor walking through. I was like, this is it.
It's like the movie where you have to like bolt to the back of the
I have to bolt to the train, or I'm gonna have to run to the Australian embassy. Like something's gonna have to happen here. But the conductor just walks by, and there you can see two different responses in a situation like that. I'm the type who's like, we're getting off at the next station, we'll get a ticket, whatever, we'll do the right thing. Misha's like, if they don't ask us, maybe we can ride this all the way to Osaka. I'm like, no, we're getting off at the next station. She's like, but if they don't check, I was like, you just saw a conductor walk by, my pants are sweating, bro. and
Not for the right reasons.
Yeah, her only worry was, I'm so sad I didn't get a bento box for this ride. I'm like, you didn't know there was going to be seats. So that was the two times that we nearly didn't make it to any of our destinations.
The
Oh
lesson of
my
that
God.
trip was not to trust Mishi.
Yeah, the lesson
Direction.
is, if the train has a name, buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket.
Thunderbolt, Shinkansen, anything that's not a line, buy a ticket. Check in advance. It is confusing though.
It
So
is.
was that Mishi's first time in Japan? So?
It's like 6th time in Japan.
Oh my God.
Wow.
More disappointed.
Wow. And the guy who's gone for his first time to Rex.
Now I'm like, I almost didn't make it to 2 destinations.
That sounds like kind of fun that you look back at it.
Now I
right?
look
Yeah.
back, but like her response was the funniest. She's like,
Yeah.
if they don't check, we can make it
To be
Osaka.
honest, I think I would have done the same.
Apparently, there's only 2 types of people. There's 2 types of people.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
talked to Rosie and Jason about it yesterday. Rosie's like, I would have gone off the next station right away. Jason's like, but if
Yes.
they don't check,
Yeah.
and if they ask me, I'll just say I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm not from around here. It's my first time.
Sumimasen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's have a chat about the food. Tell us your favorite meals, what you like, what you didn't like.
So I found it really interesting that we went to a lot of these TikTok places. Probably not the best thing to do, but it is the thing. Yeah,
I'm judging you, bro.
I went to, and there was 2 different types. So when I went to some of them, I was like, yep, hype, flop. Don't go there.
Yeah.
The places I went to, and I'm not being racist, when there was a line of Koreans, and I can hear a lot of Korean in the line of waiting, those places all hit.
Wow.
I feel like, because Koreans love food. They all have the research and they love doing their stuff like that. And because it's so close to Korea, a lot of Koreans actually know a lot of good places in Japan. Because it's only like a 2-hour flight.
Yep.
So whenever we lined up, every time I could hear a lot of Korean in the restaurant, I was like, this place is gonna be good. Have the food. I knew it. So that's that. But instead of those places, what I suggest for a lot of people who have been before, like if it's not your first time and you have no idea what you're doing, that might be the good way to do it because you get some sort of guidance. But if you've been there before, you've done all the hype stuff, go to the little restaurants that are like in the corner.
They're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hidden gems.
Yeah, the gems. Like they've got a little board outside, and you know they don't even have English on the menu and stuff, but they'll have English on their menus inside most places. But if you go in and you talk to them, they'll guide you a lot as well. Those places are like $7 a meal, like literally, and you get like 2-3 times the amount of food that you get over there, and it's all the original flavors, not the flavors that have been hyped up, like the wagyu, like you know, like all this. It's just your nice curry dons, you know, your oyakudons, and you know, and the udon places. Like the udon places just hit. There's like 20 different types of udons I didn't even know.
Because we same thing. When we checked in one of our Airbnbs at a time, we just like we're hungry. We just go get something, and then there was a few things down the road, small stores like ramen shops. They're the best. Till this day, we're just like, we want to go back to that spot. Like before we left, we went back to the spot. Like it was just, it was so good.
Because they're not on Google Maps.
They're not on Google Maps. Yeah, it's just a small store, and you see all the signatures of like authors or writers or wherever, like everywhere. And you're like, this must be a good place if they have a lot of signatures there. And then
There's a lot of character in those places. Like you go in, there's just like a lot of different monuments, and it's really cool.
It's a really nice. I feel like go to those places. Like I reckon you're safe to go to most places because they will taste good.
Yeah, it's good anyway. Yeah,
right.
Correct.
But it's hard when you go on for the first time and you're like, oh, what if I waste my opportunity this time? You know, of eating. I get it. I had a lot of like FOMO of like, what if I don't eat this? What if I don't eat this? But next time I go, I'm gonna walk in to where all the locals are. You see a lot of salarymen or businessmen sitting there.
Yeah,
that's the one. That's the one.
The thing I missed that I didn't get to try was the little stalls. There's just random, you know, the street carts.
Oh,
the ramens where they, you know, I want to try those. Just you know, just because I think people finish work and they just sit in that like it's only like what 3 or 4 like table or not table but
it's like single eating places.
Yeah, and then you sit there.
It's like how.
Naruto.
Referring back to what
was that?
Naruto. You know, It's just like you sit like 4 people and just like they literally make the ramen on the spot.
On the spot, and then they move their cart, like they take the cart. Yeah, like I want to try one of those. I never have a chance to try that. That'd be like my favorite, just to try one of those.
We should do a Japan trip.
I think so. Like when I went, one of the things that I noticed with the food is you need quite a few people to be able to order a lot of things.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because they have so many izakayas.
Yes.
And
How good is the
go-
izakayas though?
Yeah, but like if you're going with with one person who doesn't drink a lot as well, it's hard to experience that like drinks, unlimited drinks, order some tapas and you know finger foods.
Nah, traveling with J-Wang is great, man, because we order so much. But it's true though.
Someone's always gonna finish it.
Always finish it.
No, but the thing is like, because most of us will all eat big too. So we just like, we order fucking everything. Like it's the best. Like we had so much.
Any meals that you like really remember from your trip?
Yeah, look, Japanese is my favorite food. So naturally, you know, I love everything about it. Ramen, I think more so sashimi, sushi is for me.
Yeah.
And just the fish over there is just so much fresher.
It's so different.
Like otoro.
The otoro, yeah.
It just melts in your mouth. But even
What is
like,
otoro? Tell the audience. What is
it's
otoro?
like the fatty part of the tuna, like the fattiest part, and it's like wagyu of tuna. Yeah. But there's also different types of, again, over there with beef, there's different types of beef. There's like wagyu, there's
Kobe,
Kobe,
and then there's another one that is really, starts with M. Matsu. Anyways,
Oh, okay,
yeah. Really good stuff though. But I mean, I had an omakase experience.
Omakase, yeah.
I know you mentioned you guys were maybe going to one.
We did do one.
You did one, yeah.
Thoughts?
It was good because like it was a lot cheaper than here.
How much did you?
I think we paid like, I don't know, like $70.
Yeah.
Wow.
There is a lot of different omakases
There
in
is,
Japan. So I think we went to one last year and it was still probably similar to Australian prices,
bit
about
more
like
on the prices.
200.
Oh, yeah,
which is still slightly cheaper, but amazing experience and really good food.
Right.
But how was your experience? I know it's not up your alley in terms of what you'd like to
Usually do with
It's like
food.
the fine dining.
I'm not that into that culture, but what I appreciated was the explanation of what he was each time they do it, and also the Japanese people when they cook they perform.
Yeah.
It's an art form.
Yeah, they've
that's
got a
why I
bit of a-
really enjoy the omakase.
Right, they've got a bit of like a performance going on. You know, the way they do it's like all really nice.
Yeah.
It's like sharp movements. You know, like and when they're cooking in front of you as well, they've got pride in the way that they're doing it. So when you have it, you're like, oh thank you.
Yeah.
Which is different.
Did you ever try kichi kichi? The one that did the
Sounded really dirty, but okay.
the guy,
Yeah, I was like-
the famous YouTuber on TikTok.
The
Oh,
omurice
the one
guy.
he does the egg and then puts it on top and
Yeah,
slices
yeah,
it.
Omurice, omurice.
Yeah.
Omurice,
Omurice. No, I don't think I did.
Yeah, I tried him.
Did you have it?
Yeah, I had him. Yeah, I had him when like this ages ago too. And he's still blowing up to this day. He
still is.
Yeah, he's still blowing up to this
He
day.
actually has tours in Australia right now.
Yes, he was.
He was at Sunny Bank, wasn't he?
Harajuku.
Yeah, he was at Harajuku. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Last year. Or a
It's
couple years ago?
every year.
Yeah. Like, and that was good. Like, I definitely over. Like the price was way more expensive. You can probably get a lot
much was
better.
it?
I can't remember at the time. It's just it's more expensive, but especially now too is probably price inflation.
Yep.
I personally thought it was hype.
It's definitely a lot of hype.
I heard
But the
it's
thing
not
is
that
that the thing is that the way he performs and everything, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Ooh.
And I think he's known for I think there's like a beef stew or oxtail, whatever he does there. He's really known. He's famous. That's famous. He's good at that. That's his specialty. Because he's famous because of the
omurice.
Omurice, yeah.
Yeah.
I know someone on YouTube actually made, like had to practice it for how many certain days, and he'll do it one every single day, just to get to the same
point?
speed and the same point and the same, I guess, presentation.
Yeah.
And it did take him, I think, it was 300 something days, I think,
To
to
just
get
that
to that level. So I think with Japanese chefs or even sushi masters, like they actually have a level up. They have to have so many years of experience before they get to a certain point of recognition. And so when you see them even slicing sashimi, there's a certain way you slice it to release more flavors.
And the thickness
The equal, how even it is, and which is it against the grain and all that stuff is an art form. Because I spoke to someone who runs an omakase here, and they've lived in Japan before, and just asking them about those, how does it work over there? And apparently the chefs, with their culture, they don't tell you you've done something wrong. They just say do it again, which is interesting. But you have to learn so many times and do repetition and consistently to make it to the top.
to get to that level.
And so some of these Michelin star chefs are 30 years of experience or 40 years of experience doing the exact same thing. It's actually really.
That's what I love about
Yeah.
Japan. Like when they do it, they're so passionate.
Yeah.
And they do it basically all the way to like die.
Until
Like, to death.
until
like,
they finish. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
The amount of work and passion they have, because like the gentleman who we went to the last sushi place, because our last meal was going to be sushi. We went to a nice place where you order literally off the menu, and they'll make it for you on the spot, put it on your tray and put it down. It's probably one of my favorite meals of that trip.
Yeah. Okay.
And I asked him, because he was one of those guys who liked talking to the customers.
Yeah.
And I was like, how long have you been doing this? And he was like, I think he said 38 years or 40 years that he's been making sushi. And you could tell. Because like each time you just grab the rice, you know how much is going on it. And stuff like, and he would just, the menu was in like, for foreigners, you put in like the letter of whatever it is. Didn't even look at the menu. He knew what each letter represented of which sushi it was. I was like, that's art.
There's precision in what they do.
Yeah.
Down to the finest detail.
How many grams of rice and what apparently? I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, food is amazing. Like I enjoy the ramen, just the normal like tonkatsus, whatever. Just everything is so good. Like I don't know why.
Did you guys try anything weird over there?
I didn't, but I had a friend that did.
Oh yeah.
What?
He had whale sperm.
Oh
Yeah.
Impregnated? Like,
no. So it's a delicacy over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You had it, you know?
Well, bit of a funny story. My first time I went there, we went to the Tsukiji market, which is a fish
the
market.
Tsukiji market, yeah.
The original one that I think they shifted place now. But when I went there, there was this really well-known place called Sushi Dai.
I have heard of that one, yeah.
Yes, I think it's one of the OGs, and they do really, really well. It's I think 8 or 10 seater, and it's Omakase. But you go line up there at like 3 a.m. to get in at 5 a.m.
All right.
Or else you'll be missing out. You'll be lining up for 2-3 hours. When I went there, again they have a whole platter, and you just get sushi at a time. And my friends, at the end, we get to choose if we want some more. And my friends thought they'd be funny and say, "Oh, let's get that for Jono."
Yeah.
And I looked at them like, whale sperm? What? And they tried to order it. Thank God, the sushi chef was like, "Oh, unfortunately, that's not in season right now." And I was like, I mean, I'm not fucking having no sperm. Like,
It would have been funny if it was like one of those mistranslations, and you ordered it, and you're like, oh,
no, he translated for us. What's this one? Because we see some fish and we recognize it.
Yeah.
They're like, what's this little Japanese word? And it's like, oh, it's a whale.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
oh, whale tail?
I'm like,
no. Whale.
Yes. Yeah. So
Hands down.
I was like, thank God I didn't have that. Though.
You nearly
But-
had whale sperm. Oh no.
But last year, when I went with a few friends and we had omakase.
Yeah.
I had whales.
With omakase, they give you what they serve. It's what's in season, and they give it to you. You don't get to question
You don't
whatnot.
choose.
And I feel like I'm not sure about this, but I feel like if I was to decline a dish, it'd be very disrespectful.
Of course.
Anyways, we had every dish and it was really, really good. This one dish came out and it was a little rice bowl, very small, like that big,
Yep.
very cute. And rice, I think a bit of like maybe shallots and this little white cream stuff. And I was like, oh, what's this? And they're like, yeah, it's whale sperm.
Nah, they would have been like nonchalant about it. They were like, it's whale sperm.
Yeah.
And you're like,
And I look over to my friends and we're like, so guys, we having this? For me, I
can't disrespect the master.
I'm willing to try it. I'm actually very adventurous when I eat it.
Yeah.
However, that was pushing the limit. And I was like, oh. Anyways, he told us to, because I think it comes in a little, some sort of
sack?
and you have and you have to break it up and mix it.
Is it the one that kind of like opens up and it's like a little like white polyp type things in it? Pulp type
Kind
things?
of, yeah.
I've seen it on videos.
I thought you were going to say I had it.
No, I've seen it on like mukbang videos and stuff. But I didn't think it was whale sperm.
Yeah. Well, that's maybe.
Like, what's it taste like?
Creamy?
So when you compare it to human sperm,
I don't know, man. I'm the wrong person.
Nearly got it.
You thought you had
I like
me.
human sperm, Bob.
Never.
So yes, do you enjoy it? Like, do you enjoy it?
I think that was probably my least favorite dish, to be honest.
It's
I mean, but
just
if you
because of
didn't
the fact
know.
you know.
Yeah.
I think so, but it wouldn't taste like too much. Like
Yeah.
it was just a bit of a creamy
texture?
texture.
Like, what if you said it was like, oh, it's just cream or like coconut?
What if they
Maybe
told you it was
bit
like
of,
a jellyfish,
a bit
you know?
of saltiness, and I think. Oh Jesus, this is like fucked right now. I think I don't know. I can't remember if you poured a bit of soy sauce on it. Anyways,
Man, that way needs more
everything else
pineapple.
was really good
it's
though.
it's a black whale sperm.
A what?
You put the soy on it.
And black whales. So did anyone enjoy it? Like your friends enjoyed it, or they're like?
I think we were a bit indifferent. It wasn't like bad, but it wasn't great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I reckon if you didn't know, it would taste better.
Yeah, we'll say.
Nah, yeah. It didn't taste like much though.
So it was more the texture.
Yeah,
the
it was a
nice, creamy
yeah.
texture in your mouth. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was salty.
It was kind of like mayonnaise.
Oh, it was like
Nah, it wasn't, no, but it wasn't as nice as mayonnaise. It wasn't as nice
Okay.
as
Nice, nice,
yeah,
kippy,
yeah.
kippy.
It wasn't
Nah,
like
no,
chippy.
I can't. I'd rather have kippy mayo. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Next time I make food for you, I'll be like, whale sperm.
Well, so-
It's a hero.
Whoa!
You're not gonna get whale sperm.
That's a delicacy.
Yeah. Anyways, but also some other interesting stuff like
True.
I think whale. Like you can have whale sashimi. Some places have chicken sashimi.
I actually want to try chicken sashimi.
Would you?
I would do it.
I would.
You would? Man, I'm a bit sketchy of that. Hey, like to try that as well.
I've tried a lot. I haven't tried the chicken one. I've horse sashimi.
I've heard that's pretty
Or sashimi.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's a big
What?
thing in Japan.
Okay.
I think it splits off into like you got the fatty part and you got the meaty part.
Yeah,
I think the fatty part wasn't for me, but the meaty part, and again, I only had like 2 slices, so I can't really remember too much. But yeah, they have a lot of different stuff there.
They've got some.
Bit weird, like so much delicacy.
Yeah,
When I went to the sushi place, like, I obviously ordered like the sashimi and stuff like that we used to, but I did try to eat all the other fish that was there
yeah.
because I'm like, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
have them
yeah.
here.
Well, did you have?
Didn't have whale sperm, sorry.
No. We already got. Did you have fugu,
What's fugu?
Fugu.
blowfish?
No, there wasn't there. That was hard to find.
So if you went to Osaka, you probably would have went to Dontonbori Street.
Dontonbori, yeah.
There's usually 2 restaurants with the 2 blowfishes.
Oh, I have seen them on the
Yeah. So they're the ones that serve it.
Right.
The first time I went to Japan, again, I was just very adventurous. Like, you know, these guys obviously licensed to, because blowfish is poisonous for the most part, and you can only eat a certain part of it. I believe you have to have a license to
actually get that part.
Get that small part. And you know, my friends were a bit scared because like, what if we die? I'm like, well, I mean, these are a licensed restaurant. You know, like Japan's a pretty, you know,
trusting
place. And you know, if it's anything, I'm just gonna give my life to Japan.
For the land of Nippon.
So I did try it all by myself. But it's pretty cool. They came with a little like a blowfish platter, and so you get different styles of dishes.
Oh, okay.
And so you have like a hot pot, you have the sashimi, you have the karage, and then you have, I think, the skin, like fried skin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool. Like, I enjoyed it. It started feeling a little bit tingle on my tongue.
Oh, you could feel the toxin a little bit there.
It was like a tiny little bit. Oh. Yeah, because my friends were just watching me eat it. Yeah.
I'm like,
send me to the hospital.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be fucking freaking out.
Yeah.
You're like, do you take booper? Do you take booper?
I don't know if it was right, but again, this was so long ago.
Ooh, you're alive now, so you're obviously
but did
fine.
you die?
Did you die? I would try it too.
Yeah.
I honestly would.
Can't be that bad. Like,
Yeah.
It's just a poisonous fish.
Yeah, you know, but those guys. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not that adventurous.
Yeah.
Well, like I'll try anything really, but
How will you now?
What?
Yeah.
Humans.
but like it's just something like like if it's like. I guess if everyone's trying, or if it's part of like a meal, okay, I'll give it a go. But
like Omakase or something.
Yeah. But like in like Southeast Asia, where you know ants, crickets, and spiders. Fuck that! Like I'm definitely not trying that.
I have had cricket.
Yeah.
And
it was good. It's real crunchy.
Isn't it like good protein or something?
Yeah, it's real good protein.
Yeah.
I had it in Vietnam actually.
Oh.
Yeah. I went to Dalat.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And then they took us to like a winery type thing, but it wasn't wine. It was their traditional rice wine.
Yes.
And it had like a dead snake in it and like scorpions and whatnot. And they say it's really good for men.
Yeah. It's good for
like it's good.
Always like
So they'll give us like a glass of that, and then we also had the poo coffee.
Oh yeah. They have that in Bali.
Yeah, so they took us on a trip of those kind of things there, and then they served us like fried crickets. Cool. And then they also showed us the farm where they make these fried crickets.
Oh.
So yeah, I crunched on those because I was really hungry. I was like, I'm pretty adventurous with my food.
Yeah.
Like,
we should travel.
We should travel. Like in Korea, I have the live octopus and stuff like that as well.
Oh yeah, I had live octopus. That's fine, but not creepy crawlies.
I wouldn't
insects.
I wouldn't do tarantula. I would do scorpion though.
Oh,
I would do scorpion
I would do
too.
scorpion.
Yeah, nah.
I don't think I want the fuzzy tarantula.
Yeah. Ugh.
I did have a friend that literally told me a few days ago she had the scorpion, and she said it was a crunchy texture, but then it goes into like a doughy texture.
Oh,
and
okay, I don't know if I like that.
It tastes like you know how like a lot of Asians have like the livers and intestines.
Oh yes.
Well, that changed.
I
wouldn't have that. Oh yeah.
I love intestine.
Yeah. Well, that's how this she described. It was more liver maybe. Like she said it was that.
Oh,
sort.
like the inside softer texture.
It could have a little bit. You know how like the intestinal livers have that little bit of a funky taste maybe.
It does, yeah. I think you don't clean it out properly. It's got the
maybe that.
still.
Maybe that's maybe how it tastes. I don't know. Yeah, but I would try it.
I would try it too.
Yeah, no, not me.
Yeah.
Rice unwashed goes overseas.
Yeah,
It's just Mike in the slow one.
It's just always their challenges.
Yeah, we're just like, Mike is like, stop, please.
That's a good idea. We should
definitely do it. We haven't traveled like for food purposes. We haven't done like a trip that's not related to a rave.
We
should definitely do one.
We should.
But we're definitely running out of time, boys. So.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Sorry guys. Sorry about that. We forgot.
We have to maybe continue an episode with more travels.
We do. Because we got one out of the whole Japan. We actually had a lot more to talk about.
Yes. We got a few. We actually recently went to the Philippines, so we can talk about that as well.
Yeah. We'll definitely do another episode, more travels, experiences that we been through and where we went. So, but with Japan, because we love Japan too much. So
much.
yeah.
Yep.
There's
I've only been once. I really want to go back.
Yeah.
It's a place you always want to go back to.
Yeah, there's so much to do, so much to see, so much to eat.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. See ya.
Ciao.
Right.
Nice.
Unwatch! Oh fuck, I forgot.